Here's the top 3 stocks that I'm buying in the stock market right now at a huge discount. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Finance Bro video. Make sure you guys watch to the very end of this video. I do have a very special offer for you guys as far as getting help with trading stock options. If you suck at trading stock options or if you're brand new, definitely stay around to the end of the video so you don't miss that special offer that I have for you guys. This is an interesting Motley Fool article that I want to give my thoughts and opinion on and whether or not they're right or wrong, and give my own takes on a personal technical level. These are the 3 stocks to buy at a massive discount right now. We have some very interesting names in this that I want to go over, and more importantly, do some technical analysis throughout them as well. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video so you don't miss any of these. So first things first, we have Altria or Altria, however you like to pronounce it. There's no denying that the tobacco business is living on borrowed time. The smoking cessation movement continues to get traction here and abroad. We've seen companies like Philip Morris, which is a cigarette parent company of Altria. Most used slogan is now a trademarked moving beyond smoking, which acknowledges basically its inevitable and probably eventual end. One of the interesting things too that is talked about a lot recently is how Philip Morris actually has a pretty high ESG score, which is basically congruent to how environmentally careful a company is and how much care it takes in trying to protect the environment and trying to uphold these different key points when it comes to being a kind of greener company in the landscape of companies that are kind of on that list. What is interesting about that is meaning that, again, even though we are seeing a lot of regulations on smoking, we are seeing a push for smoking to slowly end over time. If anything, this is one of, if not the oldest pastimes, especially in America, and it seems that it still has a relatively strong grip on the overall American populace. Not only that, but most of these companies are going to begin to take measures into their own hands as far as figuring out how they can basically prevent their companies from falling out of favor with the American public and continue to sell products, whether it be smoking or anything beyond that. My advice to them, and my honest opinion, is that they'll probably move into something more of a e-cigarette category with less of the actual tobacco portion of it being as much of a considered basically portion of the entire company. Now, as you can see, as the document, or as that rather this article talks about, this company is on sale right now. It has dropped off massively here since July 23rd. And if we look back really and go to even a further kind of standpoint, we can check the year chart. It's actually not down too much, but then if you go back all the way to May 2022 rather, we see the massive drop off that they're speaking of. And right now, if you actually look at the year chart, RSI is super oversold. We're seeing the MACD start to curl up. So on kind of a longer time frame here, I'm talking 6 to 12 months, we might see a little bit of a reversal here in this overall pattern. We've been very sold off for a good amount of time, and this stock seemingly is pretty strong when it comes to those reversals. We can see those bounces off previous resistance levels pushing back up towards those highs, which is good news if you are a dip buyer and if you're someone who wants to get into this company on a sale right now. So I actually do agree with the Motley Fool on that specific point. Qualcomm is an interesting company because of the technical analysis that you actually can do on it. I myself have traded Qualcomm quite a bit in our Discord, which you can join with the link down in the description below if you haven't already. Free to join. We put out alerts on a daily basis for our stock option plays. If you guys don't want to miss that, again, join with that link down in the description below. But as you can see, Qualcomm has a lot of volatility, which makes it very useful to trade in stock options. We are currently on the year chart though, so this is more of a long-term investing mindset that we're looking at here. As you can see, the RSI is starting to get lower and lower towards that more oversold level, and we're seeing the MACD slowly start to curve up. So once again, we could be looking for a potential bounce here on the yearly. If we kind of zoom in a little bit to the 15-minute, the 5-day chart, or any of these smaller day trading charts, it's kind of all over the place. There's still a lot of volatility on the day-to-day. This is definitely one of those more long-term thesis plays that you'll kind of have to wait for it to play out more. As far as fundamental analysis goes, again, don't be discouraged by Qualcomm's position outside the center of the chip making arena, though it does dominate its sliver of the chip market and will continue to do so. As a refresher, Qualcomm's core business is smartphones. Its flagship Snapdragon processor is used mainly in Samsung's Galaxy line, which is actually a pretty popular line of smartphones besides the iPhone that we've seen a lot of older generations as well as even younger generations, believe it or not, or people with smaller amounts of income or disposable income buy into Samsung's line of smartphones. So going to be very interesting interesting to see where Qualcomm goes in the future. Again, chip makers are always a pretty good bet as far as long-term holds, and more specifically, they have a lot of volatility in them if you're looking to trade short-term options on them as well. Last but not least, we have Alibaba. Alibaba is interesting because this stock has taken quite a ride here in the last year or so, given controversies with its CEO and given the fact that it's also placed in a country like China where there are certain issues with trade agreements, different regulations, and everything involved with that. Now, discarding all of that and looking at the core fundamentals, or not even fundamentals, the technicals rather, if we look at the yearly chart, we're kind of in the middle here. We are approaching back towards that oversold level on the RSI. MACD is kind of too close to call at this point. There's not really a clear direction of where this is going. However, we are seeing a break below these EMA lines that I typically like to use in order to determine momentum. As you can see, once we broke above that final blue EMA line above here, we saw a pretty significant portion of the month of July into August of pretty bear or bullish rather momentum. And now that we've broken down here, we're seeing a lot more bearish momentum. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually go all the way back down to the RSI here over the next coming months, in the month of August and into September, and then try to bounce back up towards those highs towards the end. It'll be interesting to see, and I'm more curious to see where this stock will go more on the daily, on the 15-minute chart, and smaller charts like that. If any of this you guys found helpful or interesting, make sure to like the video, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching all the way through. As far as that offer that I was talking to you guys about at the beginning of the video, if you guys want to learn how to do technical analysis, how to trade stock options efficiently and trade it like we do on a daily basis with making profits, hit the link down in the description below and you can book a call with us and we can see if you'd be a good fit for our stock options mentorship program, where we help you one-on-one achieve your stock trading goals and your option goals as well. Hit the like button, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Other than that, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.